They move like two halves of the same shadow. In the dense jungle undergrowth where the light is a dappled green, Var and Val are the clan's guarantee of survival. They are the spear twins, their bond so complete that the elders say they share a single hunting soul. When they flank a prey animal, it is already dead, it simply hasn't realized it yet. Their synchronicity is a legend, a core component of the clan's complex kinship systems, and the reason they are now stalking the ultimate prize, an old, solitary bull and Ankylosaurus, a walking fortress of meat and bone, enough to feed the clan for a month. But today, the shadow is split. The rhythm is broken. Between them stands the ghost of a smile, the memory of a glance, a woman named Naya. For a season she has been the unspoken object of their contest, a silent fissure cracking the bedrock of their brotherhood. Now the crack is a chasm. They still move in concert, but the harmony is gone, replaced by a dissonant, competitive energy that the other hunters can feel in the humid air. Their movements are a fraction too sharp, their glances at each other too long. They are no longer hunting for the clan, they are hunting for her. The Ankylosaurus is a living boulder, its back a mosaic of fused bone plates and spikes. The plan is simple, brutal, and requires the twins' flawless timing. Var is to feint a charge from the front, drawing the beast's attention and forcing it to brace. In that moment, Val from the flank is to drive his obsidian and tipped spear into the softer, less armored joint of the front leg, crippling it. Then together, they would work to flit the beast onto its vulnerable underbelly. It is a plan that has worked before. It is a plan that relies entirely on trust. Var breaks cover. He roars, beating his spear against his high-dropped arm. The Ankylosaurus lowers its head, a low growl rumbling in its chest. It is the perfect opening. Val should be moving now, but he hesitates, watching Var in the spotlight, and a viper of jealousy coils in his gut. He sees the story Naya will hear, so he changes the plan. Instead of crippling it, he will go for a kill shot, a desperate, impossible thrust for the eye slit. He will be the one who fells the giant. It is an emotional turning point fueled by a poison older than any dinosaur. He bursts from cover, not at the flank, but angling toward the head. Val sees the movement, realizes the betrayal, and his feint becomes a real cry of alarm. The two brothers, for the first time in their lives, are working against each other. They are a tangle of limbs and intentions, their perfect pincer attack dissolving into a chaotic, selfish scramble. The enraged Ankylosaurus, its attention now split, does the one thing they had not planned for: it wings its tail. The tail is a blur of motion, a wrecking ball of solid bone that shatters the trunk of a cycad tree, as if it were a dry twig. The twins dive apart, raw instinct overriding their fractured thoughts. The attack fails. The Ankylosaurus, snorting in contempt, lumbers away into the impenetrable jungle, the sound of its passage a fading mockery. The silence it leaves behind is filled with something far more dangerous, the poison of recrimination. Var gets to his feet, his face a mask of cold fury. He spits, the words a venomous echo of a lesson they both learned as boys. Val pushes himself up, his cheek bleeding from a scrape. You drew its eye. You always draw its eye. The argument is not about the hunt. It is about a lifetime of unspoken competitions that have finally boiled over. Their return to the camp is a funeral procession for their own legend. The clan, seeing them empty-handed and divided, understands immediately. The failure is a blow, but the schism between the twins is a catastrophe. They are the pillar of the clan's hunting prowess. Without their unity, every hunt is less certain, every belly less full. The fire that night has no warmth. Var and Val sit on opposite sides. Their hostility a palpable force that chills the air and silences conversation. The other hunters are forced to choose sides, their glances shifting between the two brothers, their own loyalties strained. The clan's social cohesion, once as strong as braided sinew, begins to unravel. The elders gather in the shadows of the cave, their faces etched with worry. The matriarch, Elara, who has seen more winters than all of them combined, poses the hard choice. They are two hands of the same body, she says, her voice raspy. But now they seek to crush each other. We can send them on separate hunts, and have to have hunters instead of one whole. or we can force them to hunt together and risk this poison spilling over when a T-Rex is charging. It is a moment of communal foresight, a debate about how to manage a threat that comes not from the jungle but from within their own hearts. One elder argues for separation for damage control, but Grak, the stoic hunt master, shakes his head. An infection is not cured by ignoring it. It must be burned out. He confronts them in the morning. He places a single, heavy spear at their feet. It is tipped with a point made from the sharpened osteoderms of a previous Ankylosaurus skill, a relic of their past success. The clan is hungry, he says, his voice leaving no room for argument. The beast is still in the Blackwood sector. Its leg is weak from where it struck the tree. You will hunt it together. You will hunt it together. You will hunt it together. You will not come back at all. He is giving them a command. He is forcing them back into the fire that forged them, hoping it will either railweld their bond or consume them completely. Either way, the clan will have its answer. The second hunt is a pantomime of the first. The twins move through the jungle with a heavy, deliberate silence, the space between them charged with resentment. They track the wounded Ankylosaurus easily, its dragging leg leaving a clear trail. They find it by a muddy watering hole, its guard down. The plan is the same, but its soul is gone. There is no shared glance, no instinctual understanding. There are only GRAK's cold words hanging in the air, succeed or die. This is not a hunt born of brotherhood, but of grim individual necessity. Each brother knows his survival, and his standing in the eyes of Nye and the clan depends on this kill. Var takes his position. He gives the signal, a sharp, bird-like whistle. Val is supposed to wait for the beast to turn before he strikes. But as Val steps into the clearing, he stumbles, his foot catching in a tangle of exposed roots. He falls hard, his spear flying from his grasp. The Ankylosaurus, already agitated, turns not to face the faint, but to charge the fallen, helpless hunter. In that instant, the rivalry, the jealousy, the woman, it all evaporate. All that remains is the bedrock of their shared blood, a primal instinct deeper than any wound of the heart. This is the moment of reciprocal altruism, the biological imperative that a gene will sacrifice its own vessel to save a copy of itself. Val does not hesitate. He does not see his rival. He sees his brother about to be crushed. He screams Val's maiming sprints, not for the creature's leg, not for a crippling blow, but he throws himself directly into the path of the charging beast. He drives his spear deep into the Ankylosaurus's thick neck hide. It's a meaningless wound, but it does the one thing he needs it to do. It does the one thing he needs it to do. It diverts the charge. The beast, roaring in fury, changes targets, its massive head swinging toward the new threat. Var scrambles to his feet, grabbing his spear, his mind a white-hot scream of panic. He watches as the Ankylosaurus swings its tail club. It connects with a sound like a giant hammer hitting a side of meat. Val is thrown through the air, his body a broken doll, landing in a heap at the edge of the clearing. The Ankylosaurus, its own neck wound bleeding freely, stumbles momentarily disoriented by the impact. That is all the time Var needs. His grief becomes a terrible, cold focus. He sees the beast's unprotected eye. He does not run. He does not run. He does not run. He does not shout. He drives his spear through the creature's skull. The giant shudders, collapses, and is still. Var runs to his brother's side. Val is alive, but only just. His chest is a ruin, his breathing a shallow, wet rasp. He looks at Var, and the ghost of a smile touches his lips. You drew its eye, he whispers, the words of final, bloody apology. Var can only grip his hand, the hot tears carving clean paths through the grime on his face. He has the kill. He has won the silent contest. He has the kill. He has paid the debt of his brother's blood. The clan feasts in silence. The meat of the great beast fills their bellies, but the victory is ash in their mouths. Var sits alone by the fire, the hero of the hunt, his prize the unbearable weight of his brother's last words. Nia approaches him, her own face a mask of sorrow, but he cannot look at her. The prize he fought for is now meaningless, a symbol of a loss so profound it has hollowed him out. The rivalry is over, resolved not by victory, but by the ultimate sacrifice. He is the spear twin now, a singular noun, a title that is no longer a boast, but a scar. This tragedy becomes a new, dark story for the clan, a lesson etched into their history about a poison that grows not in the jungle, but in the human heart. It is a cautionary tale whispered from one generation of Homo sapiens to the next, a recognition that the most dangerous predators they face are not always the ones with claws and teeth. Sometimes, they are the passions that turn brothers into strangers and love into a weapon. The strongest bonds are the easiest to break, because you know exactly where to strike. And the silence from both sides of the fire is a presence that will never leave.